what's happening. I guess my mic wasn't working there. My camera's not working. Back to what I just said for 20 seconds with my mic off. Welcome to Wednesday night's episode of the Blitz Pickup. You know who I am, as you can tell by my voice tonight and not my face. We have breaking news. Tua can't see over the line. And what that means for Waddle is what we're about to get into tonight. We're also going to talk about, is Miami the worst team in the NFL and who might be below us or, I guess, riding with us. We're also going to bring up a couple players who may or may not be on the trade block and what we should get for them if we do send them off somewhere else. Without anything else from me, Tony, Lou.
Jess, what's good, Jess?
What's up?
Jess, what's good? Tom, what's good?
You couldn't see over the microphone or something? What happened?
I can't. I would turn on my camera. You're not gonna like what you see. So I was trying to be nice and trying to be cordial tonight. Trying to be a little respectful in the show. But I can give a preview too. Just to make sure everybody can see correctly. This is me tonight.
If you don't get out the stage,
I'm watching the game.
Get out the stage. Yeah, we done with her. She out of here.
Yeah, that's crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
You most definitely didn't. I know you couldn't.
AI jersey on. I'm not like Joel. You gotta give me some credit.
You most definitely couldn't see over your closet. I know that. You what? 70 back.
The NBA is back. People can see.
We're down bad if we're rocking basketball equipment in the regular season. We're down bad. We are really down bad. Lou, what's good, man? Talk to your homegirl, man. Talk to her.
No. I mean, showing up here in the 76er jersey is insane. I'm not gonna lie.
I wouldn't be mad if y'all were in Heat gear or whatever you want to wear, but
no. Again, and I've been coming up with different names, and I can't believe Tone just said, Lou, my name is No Mike. That's my name,
absolutely.
No Mike.
To the chat.
Unbelievable. And no, Michael K, you are not. Michael K in the chat, one of the first ones here, he said, am I still blocked? I guess he was having a problem the other day. He wanted to know if somebody over here blocked him or whatever. Nah, Michael K, you're not blocked, bro. We see,
my name doesn't show up unless you have live chat. Click. YouTube is a joke. What?
Yeah. But he asked before that but no, Michael K, you're not blocked, bro.
Well, over here, no, for sure you're not blocked over here. No one should ever block
for me.
Yeah. If you didn't ever hear us tell anyone to block, and we don't really block. There's only one individual we probably don't want over here, but even we let them rock it out. But no, no one should be blocking anyone over here. That's a fact. But yeah, man, listen, man, we got a lot to get into. It's 2080 out in the building already. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Listen, we have 490 something. Listen, try to get up to 700, man. Try to get the team to 700 today. We got some craziness going on, like always, and it's about to get a little crazy in here. What's up, everyone? Hope all is well. God bless you. Shout out to Sean. Jess, let's get into it.
All right, so Tua came out today and said in a presser that he's not targeting Waddle more because he can't see over the line. And he doesn't want to throw the ball blindly, which I don't even know if we should give him credit for at this point or what, but I just want to know how y'all feel about this. The Wednesday's episode of what we find out new about this team.
Well, I was gonna ask, since I missed Monday's show, and a great show, by the way. Let me Finsanity with a special appearance. Shout out to her for pulling up. Jess, you were excellent. Tone, you was you know what I'm saying?
Hey, I'll take it.
Yeah, you was cool, you know what I'm saying? But hey.
I have no credit. He was trying to come at you he was like, oh, I don't want to call on my brother because he's not here. No, we don't give Tone no credit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I went back and listened, but no, shout out to all three of y'all for holding down the fort when I was gone. But can I take this one first since I wasn't on Monday show?
I'm ready. Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Let me get this straight. The first time he said it was terrible. Now he says it again when the question is posed, why wasn't Waddle getting targets in Cleveland? Now, I don't know. Ain't Tyreek Hill smaller than Jalen Waddle?
Yep.
You've been throwing this man, force-feeding this man the ball for 2 years, but now all of a sudden you can't throw the ball to Waddle because you can't see him? Well, how the hell did you see a smaller receiver? Bro,
you know what? I got you, Luca. You just got here, so let me help you out.
Bullshit! Bullshit! Tone, Jess, like, bro, what is Tua? You know what? No, there's only 2 things that can be true. It's either Tua is slow, right? Or Tua just don't want to be here no more, dog. Because there is no way, Tone and Jess, that this man can bro, this has been the worst month and a half to 2 months of press conferences I think I've ever seen.
Facts.
Like, bro, what is Tua talking about? Why would you even come like in your right mind come out and say, well, it's hard for me to see in this, and listen to the quote. Look how he ended it. Oh, well, I just don't want to throw blindly out there. Okay, cool. If that's the case, you mean to tell me you've thrown 6 interceptions the last 2 games knowing what you're doing? If you mean to tell me, Tone, it would be better if you were just throwing the balls blindly and they were getting intercepted. I could live with that. You just admitted you know what you're doing and you throwing the interceptions. Nah, dog. Nah, listen. Hey, man. Hey.
Did y'all hear the emphasis on that? No, you know what you do.
Bro, like, what are we? This man said, I don't want to throw blindly. So, okay, cool. So, if you ain't throwing blindly, that means you know what you're doing. You ain't throwing blindly there, and you still throwing pick. Could you imagine if he didn't know what he was doing? This man might throw 10 interceptions literally in a game.
Mike.
You know what? You know what? This goes to show everybody, and I'm gonna end on this: how much love I have for Jess and Tone. Because if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't even do this show no more. Tone, Jess, we are the laughing stock of the NFL, dog.
Literally.
Like
very clearly.
We are the can't get right on the field, and then just in front of a microphone, everybody's terrible. The coach is terrible. Players are terrible. Hey, you know what? I'm done. Hey, it's good to be back, but I'm done. Tone, you can take off. Tua, bro, just shut him down, dog.
Yeah. Basically, just stop talking, bro. To say, like you said, the first time it was stupid. This time is even worse because you're playing horrible. What in your right mind were you thinking about when you said that? It sounds like the excuse after the excuse after the excuse after the excuse. That's what it sounds like to me. Because I said this last show, Lou. After every game, after every single game, instead of talking about what happened, who failed in executing, what went wrong, the game plan, everything, the key moments, the momentum swings, anything, we don't speak about nothing that have to do with the game. We only speak about what Tua has been saying in the media. Lo and behold, here we come today. He comes out, do a presser. And the same thing happened. Like, if I have any advice for Tua, this is what I'll tell him.
What's the stop?
Hold on, my bad, I messed that up.
What's the stop? Y'all keep talking. Huh? You keep talking, man. And you shut the fuck up.
Liberty, just shut up. Just don't. You said no mics. I think no, and I know it's probably in their contracts that they have to talk to the pressers. They should go up there and just do like Marshawn Lynch did and said, I'm just here so I don't get fined. I'm just here so I don't get fined because there's nothing that they can say in the media that's going to be positive at this moment. Nothing. So I don't get why he has to do this. Why? What was the purpose of saying that?
There is none.
Did you think something positive was going to come out of that? Then on top of that, you said this. Since I would have asked him this. This is what I would have asked to her. Were you the same height when Tyreek went back-to-back season 1,700 yards? I'm just trying to figure out. Maybe y'all in the chat can answer me. And was Tua the same height when Tyreek went back-to-back 1,700 yards? And when Waddle had 1,300 yards and 18.1 yards or 18.3 yards per catch, led the league in receptions, yard per receptions. Was he the same height then? I'm trying to figure.
Crazy.
What was he wearing platform cleats or something?
It's crazy, bro.
Did something change? Did they lower the level, the ground level or something? All of a sudden? Because it's crazy. You've been playing bad. And now instead of taking accountability, like we've been trying to ask you to do this whole time, you find some way to give an excuse. And it gets worse and worse with every excuse you say. It makes no sense. It gets worse.
It gets worse, Tone.
Like what? I didn't want to blind it. So in Carolina, Lord, you know what? Now we got the reason why he every time he throw the football to Waddle on the deep ball, why be on the wrong side? He can't see him.
Yeah, he blindly throwing.
He's blindly throwing the ball. We finally got the answer to why he can never put the ball where Waddle could run underneath it and score. I'm trying to figure this out. This wasn't an issue when you was playing so well. It wasn't. It was, I keep receipts. It looked like money to me, right? It was all of the slick comment remarks, the slick remarks that he was making when he was doing well or when he felt like, he could prove something to people. But now this season, and this is what make it worse, you can't come out and tell people, oh, it's easy to, critique when you're sitting on your couch eating chips. You can't come out and say nothing like that.
Crazy.
And then expect people to have sympathy for you. Is he looking for sympathy? Is this what he's looking for?
I don't know what he's looking for.
This is kind of wild. Because when you were leading the league in 2023,
yeah, could he see then?
I want was every pass blind? Was he throwing every pass blind? I'm just trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out when did it become such an issue to where you couldn't give Waddle any targets. Now he must have seen Channing Crowder when he said, there's something wrong. There is something wrong here. Because everyone knows Jamar Chase is the number one receiver in Cincinnati with a backup quarterback that just got there 2 weeks ago. He had 23 targets.
16 receptions, 23 targets.
What are we doing? Now, you talk about you can't see, and I see they were trying to, because Waddle, he runs long and deep routes, and, the underneath guys. No, because
Bro,
what I want to ask him? Oh, that's why you want to talk to him? Because you couldn't see? Because I see a play when Julian Hill was right in your line of sight, and you still ain't throwing the ball.
Facts.
Was it because you were too short then?
Facts.
I seen a play when the linebacker was staring you. You were looking directly at the linebacker, whether the safety and the Patriots, and you still threw him the football. I'm just trying to figure out when did this become an issue to where you're saying oh, yeah, I didn't want to blindly throw the football. Hey, Lou, last game when he threw that interception out of our own end zone, did it look like he threw that blindly?
It did look like he threw that blindly.
So he said he don't want to throw blind, but it looked like he threw a blindly then.
That's a fact.
Off your back foot and just threw the ball. I'm just trying to figure out what you thought that was gonna. How was that gonna help anything? You saying that? It makes no sense to me. It's kind of crazy. It
makes it worse, Tone, to your point, because again, what he's saying doesn't make no sense. That's what makes it bad. You're not making sense. You led the league in passing before. You were the same height when you did that, right? You thrown the ball to Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, two small receivers, and they've both been productive under your watch. Like, to your point, Tone, he should have just been accountable. Listen, I'm not playing well. I got to eat it. I got to be better. Keep it pushing. But to come out and say this, again, what makes it bad, Tone, Jess, it doesn't make sense. That's why it's bad, because it doesn't make sense. And who's that lady? Shout out to her, whoever she is. I'm glad she's employed by the Dolphins, but I think she's the one you always hear her. Oh, there's one more question or this. Whoever that is, well, I forget her name. Shout out to her.
Yeah.
When someone asks Tua Tagovailoa a question, right, and she hears the question, if it sounds right like it's going to be difficult for Tua to answer it, instead of saying last question, this, that, and the third, you know what she needs to say, Tone, Jeff?
Shut your bitch ass up.
Just tell him that. Just tell him that. Just say that. I'd rather hear shut your bitch ass up and next question. He's gonna ruin it, bro. Tone, it's a laughing stock, man, at this point. It's a laughing stock. Like,
and you said
how can you defend this? Anybody listening to this man sit on the podium, how can you? First of all, you can't defend it. If you're a player in this locker room, Tone, right? The question was asked about Jalen Waddle. This is the answer Tua says. If you're Jalen Waddle this upcoming Sunday, are you running routes hard?
No.
Are you trying to give your best effort? What the hell am I doing out here running hard and doing all that when the quarterback is saying, I'm not getting the ball anyway because he can't see me? Like, if you're a player in that locker room, like, what? Man. Oh, my God, bro. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. This is just absolutely terrible.
So besides all that, right, carrying on through the pressers of the day, McDaniel obviously also was at the podium, and he was asked about him and Tua's relationship. I don't know if you guys seen the video. I don't know who in the chat may or may not have seen the video, but the question was asked to McDaniel, what is the nature of him and Tua's relationship? Tony, I'm going to let you take this one, at least to start out with, because it seemed like he was dodging. He seemed to avoid the question kind of in its entirety, and it was just like word scramble was coming out, which is common for McDaniel, but this exact thing seemed a little off.
I would like to ask, since my brother wasn't here, is it okay if I go first on this one, sir?
You know what? I don't like the jokes. I don't like the jokes going around right now. I missed one day, and now look. Now everybody's taking shots. All right, go ahead, Tony.
Hey, but listen, I wrote down some cliff notes, right? And I want, I'm gonna ask you after, but just so he asked the question, right? He was asked the question, right, Jess? The first thing that came out of his mouth was, we had a great meeting yesterday and another meeting the day before. That was the first thing he came out when they asked him. That was his first response. Then he said, there's zero uncertainty with Tua on Mike's belief in him. That's the second part. The second thing that came out. He said they're both eager to be better at their job. That's the third part. And he finished with they're both committed and trusting that they will respond to doing what's best for the team to get better. I'm doing what's necessary for the team to get better. That was his response. So after hearing that, just the clip notes, I'm gonna ask both of y'all, how is him and Tua's relationship? Jess?
I don't know, because they talk. He mentioned the team, but he didn't mention him and Tua. Oh, we want to be better at our jobs. That has nothing to do with what the relationship is between y'all. We're both going to be better. I'm sorry.
Like it was a players only meeting. Lou, how after hearing Mike McDaniel, how would you think that? Did he answer the question for you, Lou? Lou, you there? Did we miss? Hold on.
Tone, why we? Bro, don't ask me these questions.
I got
Tone.
your answer. I got you.
Don't ask me these questions. What are we? What,
I got you.
Let me ask you this, Tone. Does it sound? What does it sound like to you, Tone?
I'm gonna tell you what it sounds like to me.
Okay.
Both teams play hard. Both teams play hard. Both teams play hard. God bless and good night.
I'm like, what are we talking about? Like, you know what it sounds like? I'm gonna tell you right now. This is what I'm sure Mike McDaniel has running through his head, and I'm sure Tua Tagovailoa has running through his head. I'm gonna show you what that relationship is like.
This is Sparta!
They trying to get each other up out the building. That's what they doing. Tone, Jeff, they jockeying for position right now. Hey, listen, they talking shit about each other. One of them is gone, right? Maybe both, but they're trying to jockey for, again, Tua just don't like McDaniel, and McDaniel just don't like Tua, dog. It is what it is.
You just said it. They're jockeying for position. They're taking jabs at each other in the meeting. Now, I pointed this out last show, how they're pointing jabs at each other, right? Lou, speaking of Mike McDaniel and Tua and their relationship, he was asked, has lately, well, first he said, we all know that from day one, since the FaceTime call, that Mike McDaniel has been the biggest supporter of you. And he always was on your side. Have y'all, as of late, been having a tough conversations with your play? You know what Tua said? He said, oh, yeah, the past 3 games, they've been having those conversations. And he was like, I can't expect, listen to this, every time I make a mistake to get pat on the back and him saying everything is okay. That's what he said. So when I heard that, I'm like, that just confirmed what we've been saying. He's been doing the tour this whole time. Coddling him. And
Absolutely.
Not holding him accountable. Imagine that. You're finally having a tough conversation now?
Mm-hmm.
Now is when it starts? That only confirms what we've been saying this whole time. You're not being held accountable, and that's why those players in that locker room are not responding to him, because you're treating them, you're giving them special treatment. You're giving that man special treatment. I forgot who said it. Was it Chinna Carter? Someone said that's why it's not working in that locker room, because you've been giving him special treatment, and this is what you have. This is what happened. I think it was Richie Incognito, if I'm not mistaken. I think he was like, players are not going to respect that. These are players saying that. And Tua literally just came out and said that. I can't expect that every time. Wow. That is inexcusable. That is a recipe for disaster. No way around it. And now you're taking jabs at each other? What? He asked about the relationship between him and Tua. What Mike was asked about the relationship between him and Tua, and he basically responded, both teams play hard. Now, any other time, he would have came out and made it and let it be known. Oh, me and Tua relationship is fine. It's as strong as it ever could be. You know, he understands what I expect from him. I understand what he expects from me and whatever. But to basically, he gave a PC answer. He was trying to say, you know what it seemed like he's been doing? Like how he been doing when he was asking questions that he don't want to say the wrong thing. He seemed like he didn't want to say the wrong thing.
That's a fact.
Seemed like he want to ruffle some feathers. And it's starting to show. So I don't understand what they think. We're the out from the outside looking in, how it's looking. But man, and the fact, right? This is what hold on. Let me go back to one of my reminders, right? Lou, you remember we're certain content creators were calling out our beat writers and our reporters, right? And our team reporters for not asking the tough questions.
Mm-hmm.
How you like these questions they been asking now? They asked me directly about him and Tua's relationship. You know what else they asked? Hold on, my bad. I left another one out. You want to know what else they asked, Lou? They asked Tua, how do you feel about Mike McDaniel said he's not expecting you to go out and throw 10 interceptions? Did that sound like a tough question to you, Lou?
Mm-hmm.
Did that sound like something that we hear in the media, we hear out here listening? And did that seem like the media is running away from the tough questions?
No.
No, sir. They not asked Mike McDaniel how his relationship is with. This is just this week alone. Matter of fact, today, they asked Mike McDaniel how his relationship is with Tua. They asked him about was he going to bench Tua. Then they had to come out breaking news. NFL. Mike McDaniel says Tua is still his starter. Someone asked him was he benching Tua, or was Tua going to be the starter. They asked him that. They asked him about why did he elevate Quinn Ewers to quarterback 2? They asked now they asked Mike McDaniel about his relationship with Tua.
Do you think, and when we ain't got to stay here long, do you guys think, and again, short answers, do you think Mike McDaniel has the full control or power to just bench Tua Tagovailoa?
You know what?
I'm going to say yes.
I was thinking, I'm like, yeah, he's I don't see why. I was trying to figure out if there's any reason why for me. But yeah, I think he do. Because if we go based on, and I'm going to tell you why I feel like, if we go based on the treatment he's been getting, he's been able to go directly to Steven Ross and say, I believe in this guy. And get him paid. He was able to go directly to Steven Ross and say, no, we need to keep Calais Campbell. So it seemed like when it come down to his players, they let him make the decisions. So I believe so.
Yeah.
What about you, Lou? Yeah.
I'm here. My fault. I was going through a little coffee spell. Still not completely over.
Okay.
I would say yes, right? But if the people that have the opinion that the organization only cares about money, dollars, this, that, and the third, could there be someone in the front office, marketer Tom Garfinkel, that says, no, I need that money meal ticket on the field?
I would say yes, but those seats are empty. They've been booing him.
That's a fact.
So imagine. Now I don't know how what happened. What was the response? Actually, there wasn't a response. I'm sorry, but imagine Tua gets home after the Atlanta game. Right? Stay with me, y'all. Take this walk with me. He's playing bad Thursday night, live on TV, national, only TV, prime time. They pull Tua, input Quinn Ewers, and that crowd go crazy.
Yeah. Well, at that point, Tone, it's over for Tua.
You understand what I'm saying? So marketing, no marketing. You got people booing you out the stadium. The last 2 home games, they were getting the boo was crazy. And you get a cheer for the backup quarterback, man. That marketing, Tom Garfinkel gonna say the fans have spoken. That marketing is out of the question now. I would love to see what his jersey sales are now. I would love to see I'm quite sure it's not as hard as they used to be.
Oh, that's a given. Now again, short answer. We ain't got to be here long. How long or short do you think the leash is? Because again, Mike McDaniel said Tua's starting in Atlanta. How short or long do you think the leash is for Tua Tagovailoa Sunday?
I think if he plays terrible, Mike McDaniel might pull him halftime, or early or midway through the third. I don't think he'll wait till the fourth quarter this time.
Bet.
If he's trying to send a message, I'm telling you.
Okay, Jess.
I want to agree, but since asking McDaniel, obviously during pressers, now the relationship between them, I think to try to PR it, he might let him go until at least the fourth quarter again. I'm swinging that way.
Okay, cool. Now both of y'all answered. Let me just throw a scenario. Dolphins get the ball first, the coin flip, whatever. Atlanta defers, opening drive, second play of the game, interception from Tua. Now what?
He's not pulling him. No, he's not going to
No?
put him that. I don't think he put him that soon. No.
Mm-mm.
Let me tell you why.
Okay.
If you pull him right there, you can't start him no more. He's done for the season. You gave up on Tua. There's no way you go back to him after that. And I don't think they're ready to do that right now.
Well,
I would be ecstatic if they do that, but he's not doing it.
Well, but this is because I'm with both of y'all, right? The only reason I threw that scenario out there is because I wanted to see y'all answer. Tone, I'm with you. I don't think he would do it neither. This is where, again, I would have to have the conversation. Y'all know I try to defend Mike McDaniel. This is where I wouldn't be able to defend him. Because, bro, people, again, we say it all the time over here. You can't lie to those people in the locker room. Whether we all don't want to believe it or not, the players in that locker room don't believe in Tua. He's an outcast in that locker room. If Tua comes out after 2 weeks ago having the comments, whether I throw 5 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, I get to go home with that's what he said. Since then, he's proceeded to throw 1 touchdown, 6 picks, and throw his teammates, coaches, everybody under the bus. If Tua comes out on the opening drive and will throw an interception, and to y'all's point, which I agree with, Mike McDaniel does not bench him. That's how Mike McDaniel loses the locker room. Because I think all of us can agree, maybe not. I don't think those players have quit on Mike McDaniel yet, right? I don't think watching the game, we're seeing a team that has quit on him. But if you're telling me that Tua's out here costing, again, Mike McDaniel's words after the game last week, I got to reevaluate positions if you consistently put in this team in bad position. We know who he's talking about. He's talking about Tua.
Put a fork in there. Do you know how I know he's talking about Tua? Because Tua said something. He alluded to that in his presser today. He said if you continue to put this team in bad possession, you expect him. He have to look at everyone. Tua said that too. For everyone that thought he wasn't talking about Tua, Tua kind of alluded to it.
Well, there you go. So if that's the case, bro, and he comes out and early in the game and he throws an interception and you don't bench him, we're already off of Tua. Those guys are already off of Tua. But Mike McDaniel, bro, if you're trying to save your job, if you are trying, the one thing you cannot do is lose the locker room. And the fastest way you do that is keep a player that is hurting everybody else on the team. So I just wanted to ask y'all's opinion, because I agree. Tone, Jess, I don't think they would pull him, but that's the wrong decision. That is the wrong decision.
You think they should pull him immediately?
So
bro, absolutely. My fault, Jess. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Before you went off on that, I was about to say the exact same thing. If Tua goes out early in the game and throws, let's say, 2 picks, and he gets pulled by the second quarter, that's McDaniel saving his job and letting everybody else know that he still has this locker room. They still like him for a fact, but Tua has lost everybody else. So I definitely think that if we see McDaniel pull Tua before halftime, that should be the signal right there that McDaniel's not going anywhere, but Tua probably is.
That's a very good point, Jess. I agree with that. Like, if you're trying to save your job, nah, bro, you can't come out in front of everybody and say you're looking to evaluate every position, especially if guys are, and to Tone's point, they're talking about Tua. You're costing this team, and you're constantly putting this team in bad positions. Then, bro, you come out early and you're putting this team in bad positions, and you keep them. Nah, Mike McDaniel, that's a bad look on you, and you will lose this football team. So, I agree, Jeff.
Especially on like Thursday, primetime game in front of the world. Yeah. Somebody's got to show something.
Yeah, all I'm saying is, like, I would be ecstatic if they do that. I will hope that Ashley, no. I just thought about something. No. No. Because if he does that, right? I just said if he does that, you're saying you're done with. You cannot start Tua again after that. Pulling him early? No, you can't start. You can't go back to him. You just sent a message that I'm no longer accepting this. You just showed me you're not the guy. I cannot trust you because franchise guys or whoever you want, your starting quarterback, he's afforded the ability to throw a pick or interception, pick six, and be able to fight through it and continue and get and overcome that. Once you pull him, especially how everything is going, 1-6. He's thrown 10 interceptions, 6 in the past 2 games, and you pull him after that, you essentially saying he's done. I don't want that because what I said was let him and McDaniel ride the whole season out so there's no excuse. Now, if he pull him, I would say this. There isn't no excuse after that. Anyways, he's been playing so bad to the coach that built his confidence, that built the offense, that he sees fit for Tua, put him in the best position to win, gave him generational wealth, right? And always was on his side. That coach pulled you, my brother. You're done. That is the biggest message Mike McDaniel could send. If he sends that message, you're right, Lou. Now it is. This is it's kind of predicated on whether or not the locker room believe in Quinn Ewers too, right? Because you can't just put them and just put somebody else in, and they be like, Now if the locker room is like, man, let's see what the kid got. Ooh, that's it. Tua's done. Right at that moment, Tua is done if that happens. There ain't no turning back. He's at the point of no return. So if he's making that decision, anyway, then I'm like, yeah, he's out. All right, cool. And I don't want to win no unnecessary game.
Well, I think he's done anyway. Like Tua, I think Tua is done anyway. That's why I'm saying, like, at this point, it wouldn't matter if you pull him or not, bro. Like, we all know the writing is on the wall. It just, again, man, I don't want to say if they pull him that the team has beliefs in Quinn Ewers. The problem, they just don't believe in Tua. That's the main issue.
Yeah.
The locker room they don't have to believe in Quinn Ewers. The fact is they just don't believe in Tua. That's why you got to get Tua up out of there. And Tone, just real quick, the last thing I just want to say because a lot of people forget about Tua's play or the injuries or all the excuses, this, that, and the third. One thing that people used to say about Tua all the time is that he was a stand-up guy. He would never throw teammates under the bus. The more just the person he is. Well, I think it's time to start like looking at his character. Because Tone, you brought up something when they asked him about the relationship with Mike McDaniel, and you said that he said, well, the past couple of weeks, it hasn't been the patting on my back, just telling me everything's going to be okay, this, that, and the third. You highlighted, Tone, that means Mike McDaniel for years now that's what he's been doing. It's okay, Tua, we'll get him next time. Or it's okay. That's what that man was doing. We all know literally one man went up to that office and begged them to pay you. And this is the man you throwing under the bus? Out of all people, Mike McDaniel is the one you're turning on. The man that came in here, remember, Tone, Jess, before Mike McDaniel got the job, there was other candidates that coming in. And rumor had it that the organization was telling coaches, hey, it's your decision. But we all know that the organization wanted to keep Tua, and they were looking for a coach that would come in here and say yes. Tone, there was one man, Jess, it was one man that did that. It was Mike McDaniel. From day one, bro, has been on your side. That's like me tomorrow coming out and turning on Tone. For no reason. Tone gave me no reason for me to turn on him. But all of a sudden, I'm in another space. I'm not with Tone and them. I'm in another space, and I'm talking trash about my Tone.
Hey, Lou, that's like you blaming me for you getting sick and not showing up, and you come in here and get pissed off at me.
Dang,
Right?
You see what I'm saying? Like,
I did nothing.
Like, what are we talking about? Tone been solid to me since day one, but now all of a sudden, I'm messing up, but it's Tone's fault.
You want to know what you just what
Nah,
just
bro,
why you
I'm
said
sorry. That's a character flaw, Tone, is what it is.
Yeah. And you want to know what when you said that, you want to know what popped into my brain? I said, you know what? With all that being said, you remember you said only one person said yes to Tua. You think that had anything to do with them calling Chris Greer and telling him to hold the pump his brake on the other candidates that he had? Let me say he had multiple, because those coaches said, yeah, I'm gonna have to move off of Tua.
Oh, that's a very
Do you
good
think
point.
they probably said no to Tua, and they was like, hold on, pump and brake, we might got someone that'll say yes to him?
That's a fact.
Bro, think about that. That might be a reason why they stepped in.
That's a
And
fact,
you want to
bro.
know me if that's the case? Now, I'm not saying it's the case, but if that is the case, Greer been willing to move off of Tua.
Facts.
You understand me? And
That's a fact.
for the fact, and think about this, for the fact that Ross had to call down and tell him no, that means whoever was willing to keep Tua was probably outnumbered. And they had to bring Stephen Ross down and say, hey, man, tell him to hold on. Because it did came out and said that both Brendan Shore nor Chris Greer wanted to extend him. So maybe they both was okay with whoever came in that was like, just don't handcuff me to Tua. Because at that point, right, we're talking about 2022, right? So you only have them 2022 and 2023, which means I'm going to give you one season with this guy, but I'm going to go ahead and drop me a quarterback in the offseason. You think maybe a couple coaches said that? Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get that quarterback. And we all know the one thing, and I'm not even gonna say just Tua. Starting quarterbacks don't like. Go get another quarterback and bring him in his bit. And I'm talking about first or second round quarterback. Because we know, take Tua out the building. Tom Brady had a problem with them bringing in Jimmy G. He had a problem with that. So just imagine if the coach come in and be like, yeah, as long as you allow me to go get my quarterback, I'm not hitching Matt Wagon to that guy. Can't win with him. Y'all have to be willing to move on from him. We know, well, I ain't gonna say we know, but you can imagine the type of conversation these coaches are saying when they coming in here to get this coaching job, especially if it was coaching with some experience. They understand the most important thing for them to keep that job is a quarterback. And you gonna tell me that you don't think there's a possibility that them coaches came in with like, yeah, I'll take the job, but y'all have to give me some assurances about this quarterback. And Mike McDaniel was the only one that said yes. And remember, before Lou, you brought that up, what did I say? I said, okay, it was a no-brainer. It was a no-brainer. I was going at it with someone in space. I forgot who it was. I'm like, what are you talking about? That Mike McDaniel, he couldn't have moved off from Tua and make him play on that fifth option. That man killed two birds with one stone when he came with them 700 plays. They found the head coach and a guy that promised them that they wouldn't, their fifth overall pick wouldn't be a bust. Because everyone was looking at Tua sideways. Brian Flores told you can't win with him, and it was a bunch of turmoil why he didn't want the guy. and it was on the road to being a failure. So I'm sorry. That might have been the reason why they told him that. Making a little bit more sense, Lou.
Yeah, that's a fact. Absolutely. I know we got other topics on the show. I had to say that because, again, bro, it's always what Tua does on the field, this, that, and the third. But they painted this guy in such a light of, again, just religion, faith, holy. Bro, he's stabbing people under the bus, bro. He's throwing people under the bus. He's just grimy, bro. He's just grimy. I'm sorry, man. I could not. I don't care if Mike McDaniel's the worst coach, this, that, and the third. Everybody could turn on Mike McDaniel except one. And that one, where's number one, is the ooze. Tua's the only one that cannot turn on Mike McDaniel. And for him to doing that, bro, I'm sorry. That is a character flaw. And that just shows you that maybe the perception of what they paint, like the light that Tua's in, oh, he's this, he's that. It's starting to look like he's really not, bro.
That's a big listen, man. Still 42 y'all in the building. Make sure y'all hit that like and that subscribe. Hit the subscribe button, man. Get the channel to 700. I think we're like 7 away. So y'all continue to hit the subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit that like button and continue to help us grow. But yeah, Lou, that was, bro, asking that question that just made me look at like maybe that's why. Maybe them coaches were like, nah, bro, we can't do that. And that's why you said we were the only one that said yes to him, and he probably was the only one that said yes to Tua.
Bro, he's the only one that said yes to Tua. He's the only one. Bro, it got so bad, Tone Jess. Listen, Brian Daboll coached Tua at Alabama. If there's one coaching candidate that came in here that knew Tua in and out, it would be Brian Daboll. That man left and took another job to go work for Daniel Jones over Tua.
We forgot about that.
What? Well, no, I didn't forget. I just never said it. But now that we're having this conversation, bro, they brought Brian Daboll in. Remember, they interviewed him twice.
Right.
And he told him no twice. And that's and you know the man. You coached him in college. Nah, dog. Nah, man. Listen, Mike McDaniel was always their pick because Mike McDaniel said yes. And again, to be fair to Mike, he made Tua not a bust. He did make him not a bust. The big and Tone, this is where I always got to concede the argument to you or the debate to you. Because it's not an argument, it's a debate. If Mike McDaniel, bro, would have just had Tua play on that fifth-year option, if he would have just let Chris Greer, Brandon Short, whoever was playing hardball and let him play on that fifth-year option, I think a lot of the perception of Mike, it would be, well, give him another chance, this, that, and the third. Mike McDaniel's biggest issue again, there's coaching flaws, time management, the challenges. Again, Mike McDaniel's not perfect. Tone Jess, his biggest problem and his biggest failure when he looks back years to come, years later, in his situation in Miami was the day he walked his happy ass up there in that office and said, pay Tua Tagovailoa. That's his biggest flaw.
Yep. That if anything that he will regret, I guarantee you that's the decision that he regrets. Because if Tua plays on that fifth-year option, you've seen all you needed to see.
But he would have been gone.
And no one would say anything about you moving off of him. No one. You didn't draft him. You got 2 good years out of him. Move on. But yeah, I mean, and it sucks because, calling them X's and O's, I don't care what no one said. That man, he's pretty good at it. But man, that other part of that coaching, you gotta. And this, you know what, Lou? Think about it from this standpoint, because I'm not one that hate Mike McDaniel. I'm a fan of Mike McDaniel. I still am. But when Flores was here, I was a fan of Flores. I think Flores, the lesson that he learned from being in here, and I hate that we have to be the stopgap for these people to learn how to become head coaches, right? I think the lesson he learned from here is you don't have to go overboard with the toughness. Well, to where it's like you're disrespecting them or belittling players. Stay tough nosed, but don't belittle them, right? I think he learned that. And even he said that. He said, I've learned stuff. I learned, understand some things that I can't do. So at least that's one thing when you measure a man. He admitted, I might have said something that I shouldn't have. And I understand that. But his intentions, they weren't bad. Notice he didn't come out in the media saying that. He stood 10 toes on what he was doing. And I think Mike McDaniel is going to learn, you got to learn how to make the tough decisions and not be everyone's friend. It seemed like he's learning that on the fly now.
Oh, he definitely learning that now.
You understand? He's learning that like, oh, this is my mistake. No, because this is not good. Look at the outcome. The outcome is now when it's time to be tough on them and hold them accountable,
it's
he's
too
not
late.
used to it.
Yeah,
right.
It's too late.
It's too late. Players already can't stand them. You know what Richie Incognito said, and it was crazy. He said he was telling how Ross was good to him, but he was saying, when players come late, that means certain players getting special treatment. You do know that, right? Now, it's funny because when I forgot who the person was, we're like, well, when I was there and you was coming late, it was all good then. Remember the dude came out and said that? When you was late too, it was all good when I was there. I didn't see no one have a problem with that. So it's funny how people that's in the locker room understand the dynamic and say, well, I know what that means. That means someone was getting special treatments. And now think about this. And I'm telling you, I've seen this when you can't be the one, when I said to her, you can't be the one to call people out. Think about this. People seeing you come late to practices. And all of a sudden you in the media talking about you want to see who's going to show up. And you frustrated with people not showing up on time. What? What are you, huh? You talking about the same dude that, bro, you done been late too. And it's all good, but I'm just telling y'all that's not good. But look, we already 53 in, and I know we got one last, another topic we want to get to. Hold on. Yeah, another topic we want to get to, Jess. You got the last one? Oh, good news. If Tua gets hurt. Look, Jess is on mute. Jess, look, y'all want to bet Jess is watching. Are you ready for the last one?
Sorry, I'm listening to y'all. I'm double tasking.
It's called multitasking, but I got it.
Yeah, whatever. You get to what the fuck I'm talking about. So anyway,
he said,
carrying on. Now that we know McDaniel is a yes man and Tua can't see and needs a step stool, everything else not. Are we the worst team in the NFL?
Well,
like the Jets obviously are 0-7, so numbers wise, we're not the worst, I guess. And the Saints are pretty terrible, just like us at 1-6. But are we ultimately the worst team in the NFL?
Yes.
Yes, I would say nice, simple answer.
Yes,
we
simple
could
answer, yes.
Yeah, yes, because I would say
top to the bottom, we are the worst.
We are the worst. We could talk about our players and who we put.
Absolute laughing
stock. Well, I won't even take it from that perspective. I won't say nothing about the players or the teams. This, that, and the
No,
third.
I'm talking about the last question. We get on to the last question. That's but go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I'll just give my answer real quick. The fact of the matter is, the Saints have a rookie head coach in year one. The Jets have a rookie head coach in year one. Aaron Glenn and the kid in the Saints.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
The offensive coordinator. Yeah, what's his name? Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore, yeah.
His name.
Coming from Dallas, yeah.
So again, if you have two rookie head coaches, first time, never been head coaches before, I'm going to give them a pass for they're trying to establish the culture. This is year 4 for Mike McDaniel, and he's been with this team and from a majority, a lot of these players for multiple years. No, with that being said, the Miami Dolphins are the worst team in the league.
Hands down.
With the quarterback play. Our quarterback is playing worse than Spencer Rattler. I just want y'all to know that. I just want y'all to know that our quarterback is playing versus Spencer Rattler over there in New Orleans. So that's all you need. Just you give us our last question because that's all you need to know.
Moving on quickly here, right? Okay, so approaching the trade deadline, right? We should, just because we're obviously saying we're the worst, yada yada, we should be sellers when it comes down to it. We should not be taking anybody in. We should be trying to push out as many people as possible. Who should we have on the trade block? And carrying that as you're naming people, what should be the compensation we're getting in return for them?
Naming people. First off, I just want to say this, Tone, you can go first, but I'm going to naming people. No, you want naming people, Jess? How about the Miami Dolphins? Yeah. Trade everybody. The fact of the matter is, before Tony goes, because I know what Tone's going to tell me, so I just want to let him know, fire Chris Greer. But everybody can go with him because there's not nobody that's safe. Go ahead, Tone. Take off, dog. Yeah,
be honest with you. And I know it. Listen, we had a brief segment about this. We had a conversation about this. So, listen, Jalen Phillips, yeah, you could go. Bradley Chubb, you can go. I hate to say this, but Waddle and A-Chain, y'all could go too. Cause Lewis said it. Fire Chris Greer, Zach Sealer, you can go.
Minka Fitzpatrick.
Minka, you could get up out of here. I'm just speaking of people that I think would give us some value back because Alec Ingo, he ain't giving us nothing. No, ain't nobody trading for him. I don't think there's another person on this team that anyone would trade for. So those 5 guys, I believe, should be on the trading block. Because
Chop Robinson?
No, ain't nobody trading. No. I'm sorry. Because at the end of the day, right, this is what I was looking at. And if I want to, because keeping Waddle and A-Chain, we know I think you keep those 2 around. I think you keep those 2 around for the rebuild. But if we plan on bringing in someone new and they want because I ain't thinking from this standpoint. What about the philosophy of the new coach that come in? What if he want a tough-nosed team and a ground and pound type team and want to bring in people like the Scatterboos of the world?
A-Chain don't fit that mold.
He doesn't fit that mold. You use him more as a scat back, like a change of pace back, and he's too valuable to use him in that role. You understand? So I thought about it from that. I'm like, if you look at it from that standpoint, then I'm sorry. For the betterment of the team, I have to keep the same energy. Be like, I have to pick the logo over the players and say if a brand new GM come in and be like, he doesn't fit my mold. Nice player, cool, all that cute. He could catch out of the backfield, but you go ahead and go give me a second and a third or a second and a fourth from him. Because Lou, me and you did. See, when we and Lou work together, you see, we tend to. I don't think no one can really mess with us. I don't care who you go get; they can't really mess with us. We did a nice. You had asked me a certain thing when we were debating A-Chan, and you made me do a little research, and we did this live, and we started putting up Christian McCaffrey, which is a comp of A-Chan, his first 3 years, and put it up against A-Chan's first 3 years. And I'm here to tell you, Christian McCaffrey is different. Remember, the first one was like what? 15. What was it, like 15? And remember, he only played 10 games.
Well, he played 6. Well, he played in all 16, but he started 10 his first year. Yeah. And what, he had a little bit over 1,000 yards.
Little bit over 1,000 yards total, right?
No, what I think that was rushing, and I think he had like 400.
No rushing, 900. Yeah,
well, with 400. Remember, that was his first year, like 400 something.
And we was like, that was like 1,500. It was like 1,500 or something like that, right?
Right. That was his rookie season.
With how many touchdowns was it combined?
I think that was 9 combined.
7 or 9. Season. I think it was right. Cool.
I think it was 7 rushing, 2 receiving.
And
I think that's receiving. What it was.
No. So that was 9.
9. His second season, Tone, he ran for a little bit, I think it was like 1,200 yards, something like that, and had another 700 something receiving. he had 1,900 yards from scrimmage.
Yep.
His second season. And I think that he had double digits. It was like 12 or 13 touchdowns, right, combined.
Yep.
Tone, his third season, he had 2,300 yards, Tone, combined, rushing and receiving, and had 19 total touchdowns his third season. Tone, he got
it was
traded.
2392 and 19 total touchdowns, y'all.
Almost 2,400 yards combined, Tone, in his third season.
And the second year was 1965 and 13 touchdowns.
There you go. Almost another two. In his first 2 years, he basically went over, almost had 2,400, and another season where he almost had 2,000. Double-digit touchdowns, Tone. 12 and 19, or 13 and 19, Tone.
Yep.
Crazy part is, Tone, when the Carolina Panthers traded the Christian McCaffrey to the 49ers,
San Francisco,
they got a second, a third, and a fourth round pick all in the
2023 season. Yep.
And then a fourth round pick, I believe, in the 2024 fourth season. Tone, they said when we brought up HA, when we were having those tough conversations, you know me, you, Jess, over here at the Blitz Pick, we don't care about having tough conversations. When we brought it up, what did people tell us? Oh my God, they're untouchable. You can't. So A-Chain is untouchable. A-Chain don't got numbers like Christian McCaffrey. They moved off of him. And got a second, third, and fourth round. Now, Tone, what's crazy is we already have 2 third-round picks this season. We already have 1 second-round pick. We have a first-round pick. Imagine a team right now calls the Miami Dolphins for Devon A-Chain and says, hey, Tone, cling, hello? Yeah, hey, dog, we got a second, third, and a fourth round. That means in this year's draft, you could have a number 1, right, first round. You could have 2 2s, 3 3s, and depending on what we were talking about earlier, Tone, with the Devon Holland comp pick for him going to the Giants, that possibly could be a 4th round pick. You already had, that would be 2. If you got a third, you would have 1 1, 2 2s, 3 3s, 3 4s. You wouldn't like that going into the draft?
Sound good. Like I said, depending on who's drafting them players, especially if we move off. If we just say promote Chris Greer and get a new GM, that's very enticing. Especially right now, every pick is slotted to be top 3 in every draft except for our second, third rounder, which is 11th pick in that round.
Tone, you would basically have 6 picks in the top 100.
6 picks in the top 100. And we were that's not
6.
exactly that's not exactly what we had in 2020, but that's pretty close. Pretty close. And I think that would be very enticing. So
for a new general manager or a new head coach or just a new regime that's coming in here. Again, do I think Jess, do I think A-Chain gets moved? No. Do I think Waddle gets moved? No. But I'm going to stay consistent on it. Should they be moved? Again, I'm willing to have those conversations. Like, for the people that say they're untouchables, no, miss me with the untouchables. Again, forget about your fandom, right? I'm a fan of the logo is what I'm a fan of. I'm not a fan of these players. Nah, yeah, I love A-Chain, I get it. But no, does that mean, bro, all things are not meant to be forever. Like
nothing
Tone,
in NFL is meant to be forever. We know that, especially when it comes to players. No.
Tone, we have 2 guys for the Miami Dolphins that are in the Hall of Fame, Tone. They got yellow jackets, bro. They didn't play their whole career in Miami.
Zach Thomas and Jason Taylor.
They didn't play their whole career. But we love them.
Had on a Jets jersey.
He had a Jet jersey on. And we love him, right? Does that take away anything that Jason Taylor did? for the Miami
No,
Dolphins? No.
of course
We
not.
love them. But at all things must come to an end. And I'm
Didn't Cameron
sorry,
Wake
bro.
go to Tennessee?
Cameron Wake went to Tennessee.
Dang.
He went to Tennessee.
Yeah, what it is.
I'm saying, bro, like,
Landry
again,
went to Cleveland. Yeah.
Charles Clay went to Buffalo. Like,
Okay.
it happens. It's okay. But nah, man, like, again, I don't think it happens, Tone, but I'm glad we talked about it. I'm glad we did the exercise today in the space so we could just highlight for the people that, oh, it's untouchable. Nah, bro, no one's untouchable. I will always put this logo in place of my fandom for any player. And especially with this roster. Like, ultimately, is A-Chain and Waddle helping us at this point?
It's not translating to wins. I'll say that.
So, nah, man. I just think it's crazy.
Hey, cut that out, Paul.
How they say A-Chain is untouchable, Tone. When you compare him, and again, a good comparison between two comparable players, bro, it's not even close between him and Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah.
It's not even close.
Yeah. I'll give you A-Chain numbers. So the first one that we missed, Christian McCaffrey was just over 1,000 yards in 10 starts. That he played all 17.
Right.
A-Chain, his first year, he had a total of 997 and 11 touchdowns. So his second year, which he played the full season, he had a total of 1,499 and 12 touchdowns. And this season, which we only 6 games in, he has 683 with 6 touchdowns. And I did the math earlier. He's on pace for just under 1,600 total yards and 19 touchdowns.
Now, Tone, with that being said, though, right? Remember, you said it in the Twitter space. Another thing we got to bring up when we bring up those numbers, Christian McCaffrey was doing that at a time.
One less game. Yeah.
Was doing that in a 16-game season, putting up those numbers. A-Chain is on pace to do that in 17 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And it's still not close.
Yep. The only thing he's going to get close to is that 19 touchdowns that he's on pace for. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's only, but everything else is not close. And man, so when you look at it from that standpoint and from that perspective, you have to reconsider. Do we really think that we cannot, that we don't want to move off from? No one's untouchable, basically what I'm trying to say. But listen, what you think about Waddle? His word. You think we could get him? You think a conditional second?
Again, Tone, I know
maybe the Patriots, Paul.
It could be the Patriots. I brought up Buffalo. Buffalo don't have no number one receiver. I think Waddle could.
No, he was asking me who I think we win in the division. Who's winning our division?
Oh well, yeah. I'm just saying for Waddle, I'm looking at teams that don't have no number one receiver. Buffalo possibly. Again, New England, you could even say, even though they got Stephon Diggs, I think if Waddle would go to either one of those situations, he would be walking in as the number one guy, especially with Stephon Diggs' age, right? But you asked about compensation. Tone, again, it's tough. Me and you both said we would like to get a first-round pick for Waddle, right? I think it depends on the team. Like, if you're trying to trade him, let's say it is Buffalo, I think Mr. Negative said it in the space, and I agree. If you're trading him in the division, of course you're going to ask for more because you're giving him up to a division rival. But, Tone, I thought you had a very good point when you brought up Devontae Adams, second-round pick. DK Metcalf, second-round pick. Conditional, right? So it's like, Tone, when I look at that situation, is Waddle better than those guys?
Nope.
So what?
You can't say it hands down.
That's what I'm saying. Even if you want to make the case, right? To your point,
you can't say undoubtedly yes, he's better than him. You can't say that.
Right. You can't say that. Let's say you want to make the argument for Waddle. Fine. I would entertain that. I would listen to it. But to your point, it's not definite.
Yeah. And at the very least, you're like, well, you're not getting more than them. We could give you a compensation.
We could give you that. Right.
Yeah, that like a conditional second. Like
right. But we ain't giving you no. So man, bro, it's tough, right? But I mean,
You have to have the
you
tough and honest conversations about these players.
you got to
We
have the.
we can't
You got to.
overvalue them, like we always say. Stop overvaluing our players.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Honestly, I say now. I know
Would you let him go? Would you let him go for a second and something else?
Like I say, yeah. If they give me a conditional second, and if they throw something else in, yeah, of course. But for me, it's all, and I don't care. I prefer it not be Chris Greer because I'm just looking at his track record. Like I just don't have that much confidence in him. Like to hit on those job picks. Now he figured out a way to build a team, which is that's what you do at the GM. You get the team how you want. Well, how you can. But listen, he go over there somewhere to like the Commanders. He go over there like somewhere what's been in the press to the Giants. You got a young Jackson Dart. You got a young Scalaboo. You got Malik Napers, and then you got a young Waddle.
Jalen Waddle. Ooh, Lord.
My man, that's 5-6 years of that core right there. Waddle to Pittsburgh. You know what? If I'm the Dolphins, I'm trading them outside of the AFC. Send them to the NFC. Let's see who's over there. Like I said,
the Giants.
The Giants and Washington and the Commanders come to mind. Now, if Atlanta want to pair
Drake London
with him, Drake London, Waddle, and then Kyle Pitts, might be something, because those are two big body receivers. You got that speedy guy now to pair with those big body receivers. So I'm looking at it from that standpoint, and yeah, it makes sense. You send him over there to the NFC, and only way you will see him probably once a year, if you see him, and not every year. And also, you send him, or you only see him if you make the Super Bowl. So yeah,
I mean, Seattle in the NFC. I think they got Jackson Smith and Jigbug, but
they're balling right now.
And he is balling. With Sam Darnold, though, you just signed Sam Darnold to a 3-year deal. You compare JSM with Jalen Waddle, because I believe Seattle, they traded DK Metcalf and let go of Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, because Tyler Lockett just, remember, he just demanded a trade to get released from Tennessee. Yeah, you're right. I ain't thinking about Seattle. Yeah. So there's suitables, there's options. Yeah. Now I'm going like I know you made, you have a little wager on Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb. But I think if anyone moved, it's going to be our two edge rushers.
I would agree. Well, I do think the report came out today that Minka could possibly be a trade that I do think Minka is now again, do they pull a trigger? Who knows? But I do think that's a name that's possible as well. So, but I'm with you. I think those two pass rushers, Tone, for me, you brought up the wagers that I had with Jalen Phillips and stuff like that. Again, we were just talking about it with A-Chain. We just kind of talked about it with Waddle. It's the same thing with Jalen Phillips. I'm not going to say, because there was a debate, well, he's still young. Yeah, I get it. He's 26. And I'm not saying that teams would not take a look at that or put that into the evaluation process when they might be looking to bring Jalen Phillips in. But for me, at least, I think they look at the production on the field. And if I'm going to be honest and not be a fan, right, Jalen Phillips hasn't been the production. Remember, bro, he was the 18th pick in the first round.
Mm-hmm.
He's a first-round pick, Tone. He's never had double-digit sacks. And what people are going to tell you is, well, he's been hurt. Well, ain't that part of the evaluation?
Yep. That people just want to leave that part out. That's still part of the evaluation.
They'll tell you, well, he'll have double-digit sacks if he didn't get hurt. Well, but he did. So I can't leave that part out. The fact of the matter is, bro, the last 2 seasons, Jalen Phillips has had season-ending injuries, a torn Achilles and a torn ACL.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to believe, Tone, and this was the debate we had earlier, talking about, well, I think you could get a third-round pick from who? Who's giving you a third-round pick for a player that, again, a first-round player, supposed to be a foundational guy? Again, you get, as a pass rusher, you're getting picked in the first round. You're supposed to be the T.J. Watts of the world, the Myles Garretts of the world, the Nick
Max
Bosa's
Crosby.
and the Max Crosby, the Nick Bosa's with the 40. That's what you're supposed to be. Bro, I think Jalen Phillips, the most he's ever had is 7.5 sacks.
Yep.
Like, Tone, I'm sorry. Never a double-digit guy, and back-to-back season-ending Achilles and ACL. Nah, bro. I'm sorry. Miss me with this third-round pick narrative for Jalen Phillips. I don't care how your people feel or whatever. That's fine. Y'all can have that opinion. I just think it's not happening. I don't know where you stand on that, Tone. But, nah, bro. I don't think you're getting a third-rounder for him.
Yeah, I said, and we was asked, why would they wait for the trade deadline? Because I'm like, I think you probably get like a fifth for him right now. And maybe you try to finesse someone to give you a fourth if you have someone to bid for him. But I would not go up to a third. Now, if Chris Greer get a third for Jalen Phillips, my man, all the credit in the world. And we know one thing we can say about Chris Greer is when it comes to those trading and free agent, that's where he make his money at. He could pull off some deals. So if he finesse someone for a third, excuse me, then man, hey, more power to you, my brother. But yeah, and you know what? And it's crazy because you might be able to get more value from Jalen Phillips than you would from Bradley Chubb because of the age.
Possible as well. Yeah.
You know? So I'm like, all right, cool. But I think at this point, we need to move off. And I know people say, oh, don't let Chris Greer do no moving. Why? We need to bring in get some draft capital. Whether you're gonna let Chris Greer spend that capital or the next year spend that capital. One thing is for certain. We need the draft capital. We do. Because this team, as currently constructed, is not it. It isn't. And especially with those, and listen, man, I'm sorry to tell y'all. Y'all might think they're nice guys and whatever it is, but Jalen Phillips ain't helping us win no games. Jalen Phillips is not going to be a pivotal point or a pillar on this team or a staple for this team.
Not at all.
Going forward, he isn't. He's not one of them guys that you be like, you know what? In the clutch, he's one of them guys that show up. He isn't. So, yeah, we got a week and a half, 2 weeks before the trade deadline. Yeah, start making moves now and understand what's going on. Mm-hmm. He's not him and Bradley Chubb. Like, come on, bro. They haven't been healthy. We can't have this energy for Tua and not for these two guys. Neither one of them can stay healthy.
Yeah.
Get them out the building. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, and again, Tone, going back to the conversation that we were having earlier, because I understand the point. The longer you wait, you could probably pin some teams against each other, this, that, and the third. And again, I get that point. When I get animated, I just, I get animated. So I understand what y'all were saying. But what happens, Tone, if other teams are not doing that, right? Like let's say, again, there was a player, I think it was the Jermaine Johnson for the Jets that has came up in trade rumors, right? Well, what happens if the Dolphins are playing this game that, hey, we're gonna wait to the almost to the very end so we can get the highest compensation? Well, what happens if a team that's looking for a pass rusher reaches out to the Jets and the Jets ain't willing to wait and they're just taking that offer?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, look at it from both sides. Yes.
You got to look at it from. I'm just saying, if you know you're gonna trade them, then what's the wait? Because, and to be honest, we're talking about Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb, and you just said Jalen Phillips could probably get you more because of the age. Realistically, Tone, Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips ain't bringing you back much.
They aren't.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, those are not the guys. That's why the conversations, even though they're tougher with Waddle and H.A., those are the guys that if you're looking for value, If you're looking for things that you want capital for players in this upcoming season draft, I'm sorry, bro, you're not getting that with Bradley Chubb and Jalen Phillips. You're not. So I just don't know, man. I don't know where we go from here, Tone and Jess, but it's going to get a lot uglier before it gets better. I can promise you that.
Yeah, that is a fact. And hey, listen, us as fans, we have to be willing to deal with this. And I know I hear people saying, "Hey, we another rebuild." Do it until you get it right. I'm sorry. Don't. One thing I say the same thing about quarterbacks, right? The teams that are successful and that hit on their quarterbacks are the ones that never stop going out there and getting them and bringing them in the building. So do it until you get it right. I don't care how many times you fail, because I don't see the difference in keeping together a team that has names that you like, but you're not getting the results. What's good is that? Like, we want winners. And the team as currently constructed, we don't have a winning team. It's not a winning roster. It's a roster that seems to have been figured out, and teams, everyone says it's too soft, and try again. Try again. Now, I know a lot of people trying to talk down on this draft class. Guess what? If you try, you never know. You never know. I don't care. Especially, like I say, me and Lewis, listen, Taylor Green, we'll take a fly on him.
Absolutely.
I know I would. Mendoza, you in the top 3? You want to go get Mendoza? Take a fly on him.
Mm-hmm.
Bring them in the building and see what you got. But at the end, especially now, take advantage of Tua. He's trash. He can't say nothing about you bringing in a backup quarterback. He shouldn't have been to say nothing in the first place. But me and Lou, we always had this argument and say, name me another franchise that have paid their franchise quarterback that bringing someone in to compete for their job. They might be bringing people in. Hayes King from Georgia Tech. I see you keep saying that cool, but that he's a baller. I'll give you that. Lou, have you ever watched that boy from Georgia Tech play? I just don't like his position as a quarterback, but as a baller?
Yeah. No, he's nice. Yeah, he's nice. He's nice.
That boy is a baller.
Yeah, he's nice, though.
So, yeah, I see you keep saying that, and I, man, Hayes King, man, I'm telling you, you could get something out of him, boy. Y'all talk about what his measurements. I wonder what his measurements are. I wonder, because you talk about the next Josh Allen. Boy, have you watched that man play? Goodness. Tough note too. Tough. Locker room, you talk about somebody that gonna command the locker room. Listen, you can see how them people react to him. He's like that. And he's doing it at Georgia Tech. One thing, Lou, you know how we point that out? No. He's the only thing over there at Georgia Tech. Got them boys undefeated. So, yeah. But at the end of the day, we have to take a honest look at this team and say, if it takes moving on for the players that we like, we have to be willing to do it. We have to see, yeah. But listen, I think, and this is the last thing I say. I think, me personally, because I was a big advocate of paying him. Listen, don't be afraid to move off of Zach Sealer. He's playing bad right now, but he got a team-friendly deal. And if he got a team that looking for a D tackle, listen, man, everything must go. Fire sale. CCRR, I would love to see who you think is good. Cause I would think I'm pretty on the one that the past two that I feel like we should bring in. I think they've been doing pretty good in the league. So yeah. But yeah, don't be afraid to bring in. I mean to trade Zach Sealer. Please don't be afraid to bring him, especially if you just imagine that if you could go, let's say you could go get an offensive lineman early at the top of the draft, one of them good tackles, right? And then you could get back in the bottom of the second and go get someone like a Taylor Green. All right, cool. I'm all for it. Especially if Taylor Green going to second, you could get him at the high set in the top of the second. I'll be good with that because you don't have that much pressure to put him on the field and be the savior right away off back. That'll be a good situation for us. Hey, Lou, let me ask you a question because I know we haven't mentioned it. Are you still under the impression that no matter what Tua is off this team at the end of the season, they're gonna take the bullet?
I do think he's going to be off this team. I just, and Tone, I talked about it a couple weeks ago. I don't know, with the way he's been acting at the podium, throwing shots at his teammates first. Now it's getting so bad he's throwing shots at the coach. Even if you're getting rid of the coach and stuff, again, how do you bring that back into the locker room? You just can't. I don't know how they do that. I don't know how you try to even spin that. I would be honest. I know people ain't going to want to hear it, and I don't even know if a team would take a chance. I would be trying to shop Tua as well. We're talking about the trade deadline. I'm just telling you, again, I know people ain't going to like to hear it. I don't think no one would do it. What I'm saying is I would be trying, though. Like, what's the worst they could tell you? No? Okay, cool. Well, then you got him anyway. But I would be trying to shop him as well. But no, Tony, to answer your question, no, I don't think they can bring. I mean, how do you bring him back? He's taking shots at players that some of them are going to be in this building. And if they don't respect you in the locker room, we know they don't. Bro, there's one thing in life. When someone doesn't respect you, eventually things are going to boil over, and it's already there. I don't think they continue that another season. I do think they bite the bullet, man. They just get them up out of here.
Which one you think you verse? To have him on the team next season, bringing a young guy and possibly bench him for the young guy, or just take that bullet and say, man, just get him off the team.
Take the bullet and get him off the team. Again, bro, if Tua wasn't acting like this in the podium and throwing shots and stuff, you could bring him back and do that scenario. He's turning, bro. Like I said earlier in the show, Tone, Jess, it looks like Tua is doing things on purpose, like he doesn't want to be here. Like he's testing the Dolphins' patience, basically like a spoiled kid, right? Like trying to get his way. Oh, I'll say this in the media because I know y'all can't do nothing to me. Oh, I'll do this because, again, I'm the man around here. Y'all can't do nothing to me. And if I'm the Dolphins and I'm looking at that, oh, you talking greasy like that? Okay, cool. Watch this. Get him up out of here. Daddy Ross got the money. Bro, it came out yesterday that someone, again, offered Stephen Ross $10 billion for his team.
Mm-hmm.
$10 billion. You think he's going to have a problem paying $100 million for 1 year?
I don't think it's that high though. I think like 80 something.
Well, again, I think it was 99 million if you cover.
You have to look at them. The numbers are 100%, but yeah, I mean,
regardless of the fact, Stephen Ross has the money. I do think, Tony, you could even prolong that for years, like put it on void years and pay him.
Yeah, void years, because I want to know how bad it'll affect our cap. You know what I'm saying?
Well, again, against the cap, that's what I'm saying.
It'll handcuff us.
$99 million of that, I think we did it. It's dead cap money, and $46 million would be on the actual cap.
Okay.
Even if he's not on the roster.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Bro, but that's 1 year of $46 million. Okay, cool. That's fine. You'll be a dumpster fire for next year, but it doesn't matter. You'll have that cancer out of the building, and you can start the rehab process of trying to rebuild the roster.
Yep.
I don't know if this is true or not. I just tried to look some of it up real quick, but it's saying it's a $67 million dead cap hit if we cut him post June 1st.
So you have to post June 1st.
Yeah.
If that's the truth, that's over the cap or what's the other one? I forgot the other one. Well, I'll see it. Listen, this is what I would say is, but so top 5, we going to get our quarterback, right, Lou? That's out of the question.
100%.
Have to.
Yeah, top 5, we going to get our quarterback. I don't think you could be able to get Mendoza if you're not in the top. Top 2.
Now, Tone, but you had a good point though, right? Would anybody up here have a problem if, because Tone, I know you're a big Taylor Green guy. I'm a Taylor Green guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think, to your point, I don't think you said you would pick him, let's say, in the top 5, right?
No, hell no. What? No.
Oh, okay, cool. So if that's the case, and let's say Mendoza's off the board, this, that, and the third, Dante Moore, let's say out of Oregon, is off the board, and those are 2 quarterbacks that the Dolphins have high, and now they're off the board, I would be even willing to maybe trade back in a scenario.
That's what I said earlier. I'm trading back.
That's what
baby.
you said. Get more draft capital, right? Maybe even add another first for next year or whatever, and still be able to get Taylor Green later. Again, maybe later on in the first or even in the second, whatever. I'll be even willing to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because right now, I think especially how they have the quarterback slated right now to come out, I'm not sold on none of these people it's like what I said about Cam Ward. I'm like, I'm a UM fan, so I'm a Cam Ward fan, but I'm not sold at taking him in the top 5. I'm just not. You feel me? So I'm like, nah, man. I have to. No. I have to be honest and say these quarterbacks that I'm seeing right now.
Hey, Tom, real quick. I just gotta ask. My bad. Is Cool Boy Curry destined?
I don't know. Why you say that? Oh, because you
Because
said
Mendoza gives me
Kirk Cousins
vibe. That's what Destin has been saying. Boy, if that's Destin, somebody, mods, y'all know what to do. Get Destin up out of here. No, I'm just playing. Shout out to Destin, if that's him.
Wow. He said who? he said trading back is against the law. We reach around here. I mean, I think trading back would be our best option if we don't lock in. So if we lock in that number 1, you're not moving. You're going to get Mendoza, right?
I would be going to get Mendoza. Yeah, I would.
I would like
and again, y'all know why, Tom.
The Cuban Missile.
Let's go, baby. Cafecitos, baby.
If he's 6'4", 6'5", he got the build. So yeah, I think if we don't lock in that number 1 spot, the best option is trade back. Trade back because, and I think I prefer Ty Simpson myself, honestly. Yeah, but where are you going to draft him at?
Yeah, I'm not taking Ty Simpson with the like in the top 5.
Yeah, like
probably not even in the first round.
Yeah, like where are you drafting him at? I've always said, unless you get a surefire, just give me.
Hey, real quick, CCRR, you should be ashamed of yourself. The Cuban Tua, nah, bro, you got to stop. CCRR, I can't let you get off on that. Mendoza is a 1-read quarterback. The Cuban Tua, damn, bro, that's crazy.
Well, he's been talking trash about our quarterback that we seem to like. I wonder who he likes coming out. Because if he doesn't like Mendoza, he doesn't like Taylor Green. I wonder who, because if he say some of them names that I think he's going to say, that's all you need to ver.
Yeah, hey, Mr. Park, no, I'm off of selling.
Mr. Park, please. And this is what I want to ask people. Because people have been boosting Lenore Sellers up. Have y'all watched this man play football this year?
Terrible.
Let's go outside of what people been saying. Have y'all watched him play football this year?
I mean, last year, Tony, he was terrible too.
I didn't watch him last year, so I can't critique him on that. You know, I can't critique him like that. But when people was telling me his name, I'm like, let's go see this Lenoir. He's at South Carolina. And I'm like, I see the tools. I see, you know, but show me him making plays as a quarterback. Show him. You have to show me more than that. I watched him play and I watched Taylor Green play. I'm like, Taylor Green is clearly the better quarterback. He said Simpson or Mateer. Simpson or Mateer.
Yeah, no, I'm all right. Yeah, I'm good.
And you said I went to the Helen Keller School.
Yeah, I'm good. Mateer, nah, dog, I'm good. I'm good, dog.
All right, man. All right, my boy. What? Raphael, no Alabama quarterback. Listen, if you want to be foolish and say no Alabama quarterback, well, we like Jackson Dart over here, CCR. So we was big advocates of Jackson Dart. Yeah. So if you would have said, I know you guys, Tony H, what do you guys feel about Josh Hoover, dark horse from TCU? I haven't seen too much.
No.
I haven't seen too much. And then, yeah. Oh, I forgot, CCR. You are the one that called me a touneer. Yeah, I can't trust your judgment. You thought I was a touneer. You're the first one that ever called me a touneer. So, yeah.
No, I'm off.
But have you seen that Josh Hoover dude who you talking about?
No, but I don't got to see him. It sounds like Skylar Thompson. I'm just saying, bro. The fact of the matter is, bro, we need a quarterback, not some guy we could develop, not some guy that we need a guy. So I'm not, again, respectfully, nah, bro. I don't know who it is, and I don't want to know who it is.
Yep.
I'm not
Especially
looking
not
for
in the first round.
I'm not looking. Yeah, I'm not looking for a 4th, 5th round quarterback to bring in.
But listen, man. I think we there's a lot. Let's see how this season pans out because it started off.
Tone, real quick. I'm sorry, Raphael. If you put one more goddamn time, trade for Shador and bring Deion as a coach, I might block you myself. Shador Sanders sucks, bro. He sucks, and I'm here to tell you. Because I know these old people. Michael Irvin got in his feelings, and Deion be getting in his feelings. Michael Irvin was a great player, and Deion Sanders was a great player. Deion Sanders as a coach sucks. He sucks.
Nightwolf,
what are we talking about?
I give him a look, Nightwolf, because you're right. Not all guys are notable names from top tier schools. We understand that. We know Patrick Mahomes came from Texas Tech. Big Ben came from Miami, Ohio. Josh Allen came from Wyoming. Yeah, so yeah, I get that. They don't have to be big name schools, but they have to put on. He said I was reaching. Raphael said I was reaching. But listen, man. Obviously we are in the market for a quarterback. If you don't believe that, and I don't know what to tell you at this point, continue to be a fan. All blessings to you. I'll pray for you. 53 of y'all in the building. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, make sure y'all hit the subscribe button. Hit that like button. Help us get to 700. Please. Help the channel grow. Push out our content. Listen, man, we gave y'all another hour and what we at 139. And we still got 49 of y'all rocking.
They trying to cut me short. I just want everybody in the chat to know Monday's episode was 2 hours and I wasn't here. Again, I told Tone earlier today they cut me off because they think I'm trash up here. So that's why we ending the show now, because Tony thinks I'm trash. That's crazy, Tone.
Yo, CCR.
Yeah, that shit's cute. Again. Yeah. Again, that's just cute. See, what I'm not. Yeah, that's diabolical, Jess. You ain't got to add on to the shit. The fact of the matter is, Jess Tone, these idiots in here, and again, I haven't called nobody an idiot today, but now that we're leaving, let me call them damn idiots. These people will tell you when Tua was playing well, oh, he's trash. I'm just not one of those people. If someone is playing well, you say what it is. When they're playing bad, you say what it is. Now where we are now, he's not the right guy. It's cool. I'm just not a damn idiot, right?
Hey,
so it is what it is.
Hey, Game Boy, you might have somebody might be in the running for my new arch nemesis, man. Where's Game Boy 305? I ain't seen my dog in here but hold on, man. Hold on, Game Boy. Game Boy, you over there watching the game with Jess, man. That's why you don't see you in the chat. Let me find out. Hey, Lou, check this. That boy put the eye emoji. Listen, man. Jess, you got anything before we get out there? I know you out here watching the sisters lose and all that.
No. We up by 2. It's Boston Pack. Where Eric in the chat? Because Eric was in here talking all that mess about Boston.
Talk to him, Dolphin status. Talk to him, status.
9 times out of 10, I drop Mendoza.
That's right.
To him, status.
I need to put my name back. Manifesting Mendoza. Let me put that shit back. Bring that Cuban home. Bring him home.
Oh, for everybody.
She got. I'm glad you put the first 48 because you was up there snitching earlier.
I didn't put that. The producer in the back, lovely.
Shout out because you was in here snitching first 48.
I was just letting people know it wasn't me that was late.
Yeah, whatever.
You know, I just wanted to make sure I could see.
Listen, check this out. Listen, we still got 48 of y'all in the building. Hopefully, y'all hitting that subscribe button and getting us to that 700. And check this out. Well, your boy is flying out tomorrow morning. So I will be doing Friday show from Atlanta. You know, don't ask me why I'm still traveling. First of all, it's a business trip. I just turned it into a dolphin trip because I'm already in the building. Why not? I got a free flight, got a free hotel. At the very least I can do is pay for a ticket to the game. So we outside Friday. So we will see y'all on Friday 7:30. But Jess, Lou, y'all got anything else before we get up out of here?
Lou, you going to the game?
Yeah, I'm going to the game, of course.
I said Lou. Lou, you going to the game? I know you going.
Lou say he's still up. It's up in the air.
Jess, ask me that one more time.
You going to the game?
I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care.
Let me tell you.
We don't care.
Oh, okay. So I was only asking because, you know, since, you know, if you're not going to be there and I'm not going to be there and Tony going to be there, I just want, you know, with a group chat, you know, a Blitz pickup group chat. Can Tony, can you let me know how many walls you find when you're down there?
Emotional damage.
Yo, you green for that.
Just let me know.
Oh, hey. Whoa, we staying away from all.
That's all for me. Go Sixers.
Yo. All right, man. With that being said, boy, she took that revolver at the end of the man. Lou, man, you know what to do. Get us up out of here, my brother.
Hey, wow. Man, it's good. Yeah, that's a while. That's crazy. I didn't know that's how we were doing it, but hey, I like it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I like it. It's good to be back home, man. Sorry about Monday, but the crew held it down. For Tone, Jess.
Hey, once again, shout out to Facility for always coming through in the clutch whenever we need her. For
fact.
Sure.
Always.
That is a fact. Shout out to Insanity always pulling up. For the producer, Jess, Tone, myself, this has been the Wednesday episode of the Blitz Pickup. We'll see y'all Friday. And don't let Tone lie to you. We started the day at like 8:20. That 7:30 shit, that's over. It's 8-ish.
I'm gonna change it to 8 o'clock. Oh God, I am.
Yeah. That's
on time.
I'm telling you now.
When we get here.
Hey, that 7:30 shit is out the window. We love y'all. We'll see y'all Friday. The revolver pointed at the Miami Dolphins because everybody needs to be shot. Bang, 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 bang.
It's crazy because we stuck with 38 and that was the revolver. But listen, y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe.